Ever wondered what it's like to live in a world where even your pets could be a potential death trap? Just because it has big eyes and fluffy fur doesn't mean it won't turn you into a human piñata. Today, we're diving deep into the dark side of the animal kingdom. From venomous roaches to adorable-looking fishes that could send you straight to the hospital with just one touch. We've got a lineup that's sure to keep your heart racing. Meet the terrifying bulldog ants. They're commonly called jumper ants. This small creature is officially listed in the Guinness Book of World Records as the deadliest ant on the planet. The venom of the Australian bulldog ant is a potent neurotoxin that can cause severe pain, swelling, and even paralysis. In rare cases, it can be fatal. So, the next time you're exploring the Australian wilderness, keep a sharp eye. The next on our list is one of nature's most prickly surprises: sea urchins. They are typically the porcupines of the ocean. They're covered in protective spines. These spines are more than just a fashion statement. Imagine if your foot got caught up in at least one of these spines. Ouch! Now, sea urchins aren't out to get you. They're primarily vegetarians, munching on algae and seaweed, and they're just trying to live their best underwater lives. But if you're wading through shallow waters or exploring rocky shores, there's a chance you might accidentally encounter one. And when you do, you'll learn why they're called urchins. So, next time you stumble upon these spiky little creatures, run. This time, in the opposite direction. The next one sounds more like a balloon, but the kind that kids stay away from. Pufferfish are masters of disguise. When they feel threatened, they can inflate their bodies to appear larger and more intimidating. But that's not their only defense mechanism. Hidden beneath their adorable exterior is a toxin so potent, it's known as tetrodotoxin. Just one pufferfish contains enough poison to kill 30 adults. Despite their deadly nature, the meat of certain pufferfish species is considered a delicacy in Japan. Pretty bold of these Asians, if you ask me. When next you're exploring the ocean, watch out for these floating time bombs. Next is fire-bellied toads. More like the fire-bending toad, am I right? The unken reflex is a dramatic display that fire-bellied toads use to scare off predators. But the fire-bellied toads warning isn't just some cinematic performance. They secrete toxins from their skin that can be harmful to predators. Apart from inflicting pains on threats, another thing these toads are good at is blending in perfectly with their surroundings. But when they feel threatened, they reveal their true colors. But as long as you don't try to eat one or handle it roughly, you'll be fine. The next is crown of thorn fish. It may sound like royalty, but it leaves you feeling like a peasant. It's got these long, sharp spines that look like they could pierce through a steel plate. And trust me, they can. Those spines are like tiny underwater needles, and they're laced with a venom that can cause a lot of pain. Having one of those spines in your skin is getting a tetanus shot, but without the benefits. You're probably wise to know that you shouldn't ever think about touching one of these guys. Next is box jellyfish. No doubt box jellyfish are beautiful, but they're also nature's own biological booby traps. Their tentacles are covered in tiny darts called nematocysts, and these darts are loaded with a venom that's so potent it can be lethal. Being stung by one of these feels like being stung by 1,000 tiny needles at once. Yikes. The pain can be excruciating, and the venom can cause paralysis, cardiac arrest, and even death. So, if you're planning a beach vacation in Northern Australia, be extra cautious. The next is slow loris. They're the only known venomous primates, and their venom is not something you want to mess with. Pygmy. Slow lorises have modified sweat glands near their elbows that produce a toxin. When they're threatened, they lick these glands and spread the toxin to their teeth. As repulsive that sounds, it's true. Their venom can incapacitate predators as large as humans. It can cause severe pain, swelling, and even anaphylactic shock. You're probably fed up with the shock you get from electricity. Try not to add to your existing record. Next is giant Titan beetles. You've probably heard of the Volkswagen beetle, but have you heard of the Goliath beetle? It's not a car. but it's definitely a ride you don't want to get into. The giant Titan beetle is one of the largest insects on Earth. It can grow up to 6.5 inches long, which is about the size of a human hand. Giant Titan beetles are known for their aggressive defense mechanisms. When threatened, they'll hiss and show off their sharp spines and powerful jaws that are strong enough to cut person's flesh. Next on our list is as beautiful as it is dangerous blue dragon. This creature is a floating piece of art. But if there's anything we've learnt so far, it's that we shouldn't judge a book by its cover, let alone a sea creature. Its sting can cause nausea, pain, vomiting, and even allergic reactions. Blue dragons are often found floating on the surface of the ocean, but they can also wash up on beaches. It's tempting to pick them up and admire them, but I'll advise you, resist the urge. Beauty isn't always what it seems. Take my words for it. Next is flamboyant cuttlefish. These little guys are cute, but definitely not cuddly. This fish has a toxin located in its muscle tissue, making it particularly dangerous for predators. Its toxin is as lethal as blue-ringed octopus. The cuttlefish flaunts bold colors. Those vibrant hues are actually a warning to predators to back off. So, next time you see a cuttlefish, don't think about its beauty, but their lethal toxins. Next is giant water bugs. They're popularly known as toe biter. These little critters have a knack for sneaking up on unsuspecting swimmers and delivering a painful bite right between the toes. You're probably wondering, it's just a small bite. Well, imagine splashing around in the water, feeling all carefree, and then, bam! You've got a giant water bug giving your foot a love tap that's anything but loving. Next time you dip your legs into murky water, you might want to keep your flip-flops on. Next is blue-ringed octopus. These tiny ones are cute but deadly, that's for sure. This little guy starts off at about the size of a pea and only grows to about the size of a golf ball. The blue-ringed octopus is one of the deadliest animals in the sea. This pint-sized predator can deliver a bite that could take down 26 adults in just a few minutes. All these can be avoided, but one simple action: steer clear. Next is stonefish. This fish looks just like a rock or a lump of coral, so much so that you might just think you're stepping on a harmless stone. The stonefish has 13 spines lining. Each spine has venom sacs at its base, so when you apply pressure, it releases venom directly into you. Ouch! After that encounter, you might experience swelling, tissue death, and in extreme cases, death. So, next time, think twice before stepping on a random sea rock. Next is cone snails. Now, you might think these little guys are just pretty shells washed up on the beach. You're not completely wrong. They look like they belong in a jewelry store rather than the ocean. But here's what you don't know. Those beautiful shells are not an invitation to pick them up. Cone snails have a special weapon, a harpoon-like tooth that can inject potent neurotoxins. When you step on one or try to pick it up, it can jab you with this tooth. And if things get really out of hand, it could lead to respiratory failure. So, next time you're looking for what to add to your shell collections, think twice. Next is redback spiders. Women are known to be the weaker vessels, but the female redback spider don't seem faux agree. It is one of the world's most venomous spiders, and one of the few spiders known to have killed humans with its venom is highly neurotoxic, meaning it attacks the nervous system. This causes intense pain. I hope this doesn't change your view of your friendly neighborhood superhero, Spider-Man. The next is lionfish. These creatures got some serious attitude and venom, with venomous spines sticking out like little daggers. Their venom is potent enough to cause some pretty unpleasant effects like nausea, dizziness, convulsions. Definitely not something you want to experience. Next is blue-spotted stingray. While they may look like the friendly cousins of the fish family, some types of stingrays have a secret weapon hidden in their tails: sharp spines. When a stingray feels threatened, it doesn't just swim away like a polite ocean dweller. It uses its hard, barbed tail to defend itself. The sting will usually leave a mark, pain, and discomfort that can last anywhere from multiple days to weeks. Until next time, keep your eyes peeled and remember, when it comes to stingrays, it's better to be safe than sorry. Next is golden poison frogs. Not your regular croaked night frog. These little guys are like the jewels of the rainforest, decked out in every color imaginable. The golden poison frog is one of these and the most deadly. It is reported that an amount of poison equal to 2 to 3 grains of table salt is enough to cause the death of a human. The frog's poison is found in their skin, making them too toxic to touch. While most frogs are considered toxic but not deadly, they are distasteful to a predator and can even be fatal. The poison can cause serious swelling, nausea, and muscular paralysis. Next is Solenodon. The Solenodon is a small, nocturnal mammal. If you're bitten by one of them, the symptoms can include general depression, breathing difficulties, paralysis, and even convulsions. Next, we have Lonomia obliqua caterpillar. This caterpillar is not your average garden variety. While most caterpillars are just trying to munch on leaves and transform into beautiful butterflies, our friend here has a much darker agenda. It's credited with causing up to 500 deaths throughout South America. The Lonomia obliqua delivers its poison using its teeth as a syringe to inject venom into its target. Next is fire corals. It's not actually a true coral at all. It's more closely related to jellyfish and sea anemones. Fire coral is best known for its ability to produce deadly poisons that can trigger cardiac arrest and even lead to death in humans. To wrap it all up, the most unassuming of them all, emerald cockroach wasp. These wasps will sting if provoked, and their sting can be excruciatingly painful for humans. Emerald cockroach wasp can deliver toxins through its fangs, causing minor discomfort in humans. There you have it, 22 animals you should never come in physical contact with. Remember, if curiosity kills the cat, it can equally land you in the hospital.